Hey everyone, this is Pegasus177. I'm sorry that this video is coming to you late. I was working away last week and the commentary is already pre-made, so you're probably going to hear me saying hi again. And I'm going to try and start pushing these out more often. I've been up the walls with work, but I'm going to do my best to get them out quickly because I know this game is coming to an end and Black Ops will be out soon. So yeah, we're going on to maps number 3. Peace.
Get ready for the next round.
Hey everyone, this is Pegasus177 and you are watching how to be a Modern Warfare 3 Ninja, the map spots. We're starting with Hardhat on the B-bomb. Now I'd normally throw smoke down here, get into a bit of cover behind this little wall thing and hit YY. Make sure you stay out a little so your leg doesn't go through the wall. And most of the enemy will funnel up through in front of you but will not check for you. So this is fairly effective. I see this one being used a lot. It's not as effective and leaves you a bit more exposed, but people still do pull it off. I have seen my buddy Nova using this an awful lot too. If you shoot the barrels here, just make sure you shoot that red one to get rid of it. You can actually get on top of these barrels and lie down facing the bomb. Use the boxes as a bit of cover. Unfortunately, if you've blown up that barrel, the boxes will disappear after a while, so be careful. You can get down behind this portable light. Now this is a little bit safer, but unfortunately you have to get over to the bomb, which isn't that easy. You can also go down here to these planks. This is a fairly good spot and one that's not used too often, but enemy rushing will see you. One that I don't see people using too often either is you can actually jump on top of the bomb and get over here on top of these planks. This is a fairly effective spot too. The only issue is that there's a red barrel up there. If that barrel blows up, you are gone. Okay, for the A-bomb, normally enemy come rushing through the tunnel, so my favourite spot is right here. Just lie down right next to the bomb. Most enemy won't notice you here. The ones who come through the tunnel will run past you, and the ones coming from the right will not see you either and may plant or go past you. You can also jump up on this little area here if you're wearing a ghillie suit, and you can do a statue man. Statue man is preferable because it gives you the ability to look left and right as you're in position. You can also go down here. Make sure you're looking down while in position here, but this is fairly effective. You will hear anybody planting. Now if you have a riot shield, you saw my equipment trick in the last video. You put the riot shield on your back, lie down facing the wall and hold a piece of equipment out in front of you. This is fairly effective here. Gives you good cover from the wall there on the right. Okay, for lockdown, let's start with the B-bomb. Into the back of the truck is probably one of the most unused ones, I would say, in my opinion anyway. Make sure that you are lying flat and facing out to the bomb. You can also go down this little alleyway here, down behind the crate. This is a little bit dodgy because people can come out of that building on your right. You can also go into the building, and in the first Shinobi ever I used this spot. This is fairly effective. It is a statue man. Face the bomb. Make sure you have a line of sight to the door on your right. A lot of enemy will pass you in here. If you were going to this spot straight away, I would normally come down here, watch out the window for any enemy that may rush through this tunnelway. You can also go down here next to this post box kind of thing, and this is fairly effective too. Amazingly, you will not see in here. A lot of people come through and run up the stairs or out to your left. Okay, for the A-bomb, this is probably the most common one. Just lay down in the grass inside this border. You cannot see the bomb, but you will hear anything that is going on in the general area. You can also throw a smoke out, throw it about there and move across. Keep an eye on that window because snipers run straight there. But you can go across here and you can also do a YY. This is fairly effective for rush planters. And another one for the smoke is run down here past the bomb, turn back towards your spawn and lie right in here against the wall. Make sure you don't go up the steps, stay on the ground. This is fairly effective. A lot of enemy will run out past you and they will not see you below them. You can use the cars. I think most people know these ones. They are a bit exposed, but they are still very effective. If any car, I would probably use this one right here. Lie down next to it. You can still see one side of the bomb and you can still pretty much hear anything that is going on in the area. A high risk one that I would say is in here behind these two crates. Now this is more for rush planting. Again, you will hear anything that is happening, but you are exposed to any sniper who may be looking from that window and anyone who may come through that tunnel. Okay, let's move on to village. Now village is probably my least favorite map, but here goes. Again, throw smoke out, make sure you angle it so that it's blocking the bridgeway. And a lot of people go into the grass here, but they don't do it right. When you YY, you are actually angled out to the right, your head leans back to the right. So what you have to do is make sure you are facing the stone to make sure that your head is still inside the grass. What I see a lot of people doing is facing out of the grass, and what happens is their body is concealed but their head is not. Another thing I'd just like to quickly mention, I'm sorry I'm rushing through this video, but it is a bit late. As some of you know, I was working last week, so I was away. Okay, the other one you can use is down here in this long grass facing back towards the bomb. This gives you a bit more line of sight. And if you throw the smoke, you can also come down this way and lie in here next to the truck. You will see any enemy that come over the bridge, they will run past you and onto the bomb site. Your only issue is to the left there, where people flank up on the far side. Okay, for the A-bomb is a lot easier to defend here, but unfortunately it is not planted that often. My favourite spot here is up on top of this tree trunk. You have a bird's eye view down on top of the bomb site area, and it is fairly effective that way. But the only issue is that if anybody comes in behind you, they are going to shoot you in the back. They will see you up on top of this tree height. Another option that you can do is drop down here, and you can go in behind this thing and lie into the reeds. This is fairly effective also, and you are very close to the bomb. Another one that I don't see people using too often is in here on the right. The grass gives you good concealment, and because you lean back to the right, your head pops into the little rock wall. You're very close to the bomb and you will see anybody who may try and plant. Another one you don't see people doing too often, if you have a ghillie suit, unfortunately I don't, I'm African militia here, but go in here to the wall and you can pull a statue man. You blend into the trees and you're fairly well concealed on both sides as the trees come out past you. You also, like I said about the statue man, is great because you can actually rotate the camera and check out what's going on around you. You're not stationary like you are when you're doing a YY situation. One thing people don't realize about these caves is that no matter where you are in these caves, if somebody plants the bomb you will hear. That's the great thing about the sound effects in this game, it actually echoes all the way up through the caves. So you can go back as far as here and you will still hear if somebody is planting the bomb. Okay, let's go on to Fallen. This is my favourite map by far. I would normally throw smoke, or if you don't have smoke, flashes in here to slow down the enemy so that you can get into position. One of the best positions is right here in this little gap behind the bush. Good thing about this is that you can see the whole bomb site, and it actually gives you a bit of ability to look around to the left and right for enemy that may come that way. Another thing with this is that you don't have to YY, you don't have to hold a throwing knife, so it's fairly effective that way. Make sure that you watch up there though, because that is a sniper's favourite, that spot up there. And also you have to be very aware of the building that you are in, well, you are walled into. This room especially, a lot of snipers go into that window up there, so you have to be careful for that as well. Now another option you can do is go right in here between these two little benches and YY. You can still see the window and the doorway of the building in front of you, and anybody who plants the bomb on this map nearly always comes around to the side closest to you to plant. Another one that I don't see people using too often is this. It's a new one to me as well. It's called a bush. What you do is you look down at the ground, take out your attack insert and hold it in front of you. And this is probably the only map this really works on very well, but a lot of people run past you and actually think that you're a bush. Okay, for the A-bomb site. Now I would normally come all the way past up these steps and I go right in here to these bushes to pull off a statue man. The good thing about this is that you will see into the bomb site. You can just see in over that piece of broken wall, and anybody who moves up behind you, once they're not using dead silence, you will hear them. You will hear anybody who moves around inside in that house, and you'll hear anybody who comes out of that alleyway. You also have a line of sight across the way. Another option is to go in here next to this car. This gives you a good line of sight to the bomb. It's a little bit more high risk because you're very close to the bomb site area, but it is also very effective. Another one is in here next to this little seat thing. Go right up against it and YY. You can't see the bomb, but trust me, you will hear anybody who may try and plant it. One that a lot of the Boo crew use is in here in this corner, pulling off a statue man. I think Desmond Mild used it in the last Shinobi 19, and you saw it was effective for him. He got a diffuser. And what I don't see people using too often is actually outside the wall here. The fire will actually discard your figure out, and you can still see into the bomb site. Just make sure you're hitting YY. Your only danger here is anybody who flanks around will see the body lying on the ground. And that's about it really for this map. Next week I'll go on to the next 4 maps. I'll try and go through these a lot quicker. And I'm sorry that this one was late, but thank you all for watching, and as usual, peace.